Our life is about telling a story, listening to a story, reacting to stories, and is full of stories. Storytelling has been as old as human civilization is. Stories at the personal level have shaped our lives. These stories have built trust between members of the families. The authenticity of the stories, the detailedness of the stories have been able to bring together the experiences, expectations, and energies of the individuals in this world. At the business level also, it is no different. Stories have played enormous role in conveying products and services to the end users, conveying the needs, requirements, and aspirations to the producer. Whenever we take PowerPoint presentations today, it is nothing but articulating a set of ideas into a story. One of the key hints that is given for good presentation skill is that first think about your storyline. Your PowerPoint presentation or the facts or the analytics or the graphics or the videos must fit into the overall storyline. Whether it is Christ sermonizing through different parables or a Plato telling that if you are in leisure, come tell your story. Either a Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, all of them have told their stories in order to take their cause forward. Storytelling, therefore, is extremely important. All the time, the big picture is a story. The messages, the actions, the events are only subplots. Storytelling essentially are of four types: storytelling to educate, storytelling to simplify, to motivate, and storytelling to reform or revolutionize. Each of these have nuances, have differences, which all of you might have observed, but it is my aim to bring before you some template. If you are trying to educate somebody, making it rich with examples, anecdotes, which will go further to eliminate the darkness of ignorance. Who is your audience? If you are educating a set of family members or you are educating a set of students, the approach will have to be different. If you are simplifying, but most important differentiator is to keep it short and keep it simple, because explanations of a complex world which you are trying to simplify is studded again with long-windedness, unintelligible jargons, then the story's idea will not be conveyed. Another story which breaks down the complex part of the concept which we are trying to tell through story into smaller bits. If you are simplifying digital transformation, for example, not only that, you must relate it to their real lives, bringing down the whole complex organizational structure into elements, but also keep it that where it has worked and how simplification has led to results. When you are trying to the listener get motivated, hero stories, as Steve Jobs trying to transform Apple as he was struggling with cancer, is likely to make your story more effective. A pilot who has landed his plane by keeping his cool, landing it on the river water and coming out last, which is the story of a major motion picture, is likely to motivate as to the value of courage, the value of discipline, and value of taking charge when things are under fire. Remember, the common template of storytelling is no different from a fictional storytelling. That is, there must be a protagonist, there must be an antagonist, there must be a problem to solve. The hero or the protagonist is trying to solve. The antagonist or whoever is the factor which is pulling down the hero is trying to resist. And at the end of it, there is a good success story to remember. If you're trying to revolutionize, you'll have to deploy a combo storytelling. Story with the personal life, story with the failures, story of relating to the masses, constantly doing small amount of messaging. Mahatma Gandhi's way of storytelling were absolute simplicity in personal life, sellable ideas such as Swadeshi, big ideas like gaining independence, all are part of a big story which was delivered in bits and pieces. Whenever we are trying to relate to the masses to bring fundamental changes, the storytelling has to have a long term impact, a direct emotional connect through personal exemplification. Whenever you are telling a story, reframe it continuously to suit the requirement of the audience that you are targeting. Always keep the key message in mind. Many times storytellers go at a tangent and cross the boundaries of relatedness to the main theme. Not only the plot of the story is lost, the message is lost, and the object is lost. In case of business storytelling, where PowerPoint and video usage and visual usage is very important, research, choosing collaterals, and keeping messages very crisp and to the point is very important. Good story is an intersection between colloquial language and formal language. Pure colloquial language is often rejected as pedestrian. You cannot tell a story if you have not heard a story or if you have not read a story. Stories of other generally get stored in the mind, so wide reading is very important. Putting down for important occasions on a note of paper the important points that you will weave into a story and which you will utilize to tell your message is very helpful. Rehearsing for telling the story is also recommended in many cases, either a mental rehearsing or rehearsing in front of a camera or in front of a friendly audience is many times quite helpful. Your articulation, confidence or lack of it is enhanced by engineering an informal setting. Speaking from a pedestal becomes a very difficult and daunting task, while speaking across a dinner table may be easy. So choose your setting, choose your language, keep reading and energizing your memory through frequent articulation. Remember the template, remember the audience, keep it simple,